Welcome to episode 84 of The Place of Sound. I'm your host, Natalie Hall. The Place of Sound is a show that explores the theme of space, or the social geography, using sound and listening. This is done through a variety of audio media production formats, so you can expect to do a few different types of listening in a single show. Episodes consist of what we refer to as audio portraits, or oral history-style interviews that explore topics of home. Soundscape compositions, which use everyday sounds to communicate the personal and social significance of a given place. And we typically end the episode with a short documentary-style piece that explores the place-based identity of the producer. The aim with these projects is to allow the producer to think about the places that made them who they are today. These are the types of projects you can expect to hear on The Place of Sound, and all of them are produced by students here at Carleton University. They're what gets produced in Comms 4501, Digital Media Production, which is Vincent Androsani's fourth-year workshop course in the Communication and Media Studies program. Welcome back to The Place of Sound, and happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone listening. To start us off, we have Niki Tavassoli, in discussion with her mother Miriam. They talk about the experience of leaving your country and creating roots in a brand new place. Here is a better life.
Hi there, my name is Niki Tavassoli. What you are about to hear is an audio portrait I created in my digital media workshop at Carleton University. In this project, my mom, Miriam, gets vulnerable speaking on her experience with immigrating to Canada from post-revolution Iran in the 1990s, and rediscovering what home means to her in that process. Please enjoy.
Home in Iran was so warm, so loving. Lots of gatherings, lots of parties, lots of going out, lots of picnics, because we had a big family there. It was always happening, especially in our house, because my mom was a big host. Like, she loved hosting parties. And we had a huge house, so always all the gatherings, mostly they were in our house. And my mom's uncle, that God bless his soul, he's passed. My mom has passed, but they were the funniest people in our family. Whenever we had parties, we laughed so much. They were joking, they were acting up, and all laughters and good memories. Until the revolution happened. After that, everything changed, everything. The specific moment that my parents decided, it's time for us to move, was when my brother was like 14 years old, and he went with his friends, kids hang out. And one of those military government people came and slapped my brother so hard that his face was bruised. That, why are you here? Go home. You can't hang out here. And my brother said, it's like 5 p.m. We are just friends spending time. But he said, no. I said, leave. And then he slapped my brother. So when my brother came home, and my mom, as soon as she saw his face, she started crying and said, we have to go. When we came here, we were lonely in the beginning. The first 2 years, it was the hardest. It was so bad. It was so bad because I left all my friends and my family, like grandparents, uncles, aunts, cousins. And in my big family, we were the first one to move out of Iran to Canada. I remember we came Valentine's Day. It was like 40 centimeters of snow. It was freezing cold, 1990. It was so cold. And we were in total shock. Like, because in Iran, we had 2 centimeters of snow, not like here in Canada. So it was a big shock. Everything was cold. We didn't know English. I'm not going to say at all, but we didn't understand the accents. Little by little, we found some good friends, and we started making good memories here too. I've been here in Canada more than I've been in Iran. And I love this country. I love all the memories I had in Iran, and also I have loved the memories I have here. I love the people I met here. I love the friends we met here. But we knew it. We moved to Canada to make a better life. We knew it's going to be hard. We did it because we had the love of my parents and my brothers and sister. So we stick together. We worked hard. And before we know it, everything was good. And we bought a house in 1993. So when we bought a house in Canada, because we worked so hard, all of us, my mom, dad, brother, sister, we worked so hard. We saved money, bought our first house in Whitby, Ontario, and it was a 4-bedroom huge house, and it was beautiful. The first lunch that we had together in our new house, it was so good. So we looked at each other and we said, yeah, we made it here. And that house was the house of so many family members that they moved from Iran. Their starter home was our house. All my cousins, they came to our house. They stayed there for a few months until they got on their feet, and then they moved on.
That was really so touching. Thank you, Niki and Miriam. The pain of leaving any place you consider home is very intense, and it is something we've heard a lot about on this show. But under these circumstances, that pain is only compounded. And I was really moved by the bravery in your voice and the positivity. And I want to take this time to quickly discuss a local issue that is causing Ottawa residents to flee their homes. Last Wednesday, I attended a charity show put on by Bank Block Tenants, which is a tenants organization fighting the forced eviction of residents from 178 Nepean Street and 227 Bank Street by Smart Living Properties. Now, today is the start of their hearing at the Landlord and Tenant Board. This eviction is unjust and in the interest of garnering more profit for millionaire landlords. I reached out to Ottawa Neighborhood Organizing Center, or NOC, which is another organization helping fight this eviction and working to build the power of tenants. And they urged me to share their open letter to the World University Service of Canada. Here is their open letter. We are the Bank Block Tenants, BBT, a group of tenants on Bank Street who are currently resisting a mass eviction by Smart Living Properties, SLP. SLP executives, including Tamar, Raikin, and Binny, have so far met our attempts to open negotiation with silence and intimidation, only addressing us through litigation. Despite this, BBT remains willing to negotiate. We are asking students, faculty, and staff at UOttawa to stand with us in calling for the International Development NGO World University Service of Canada, WUSC, which is deeply involved on the UOttawa campus, to cut ties with for-profit mass evictions. One of the high-level executives within the WUSC organization, Tanya Jordan, is married to Raikin Abushar, the COO of Smart Living Properties. Right now, SLP is attempting to mass evict low-income tenants on Bank Street, us. We are students, workers, families, and seniors now facing homelessness in order to put more money in the pockets of SLP execs and their spouses, including Tanya Jordan. WUSC is an organization that works to support and resettle student refugees. Their programs help young people who have been displaced find housing. How can we take seriously WUSC's commitment to supporting those who have been displaced when its senior leadership repeatedly profits from mass displacement right here in Ottawa? How can WUSC continue to ask for support from the same students whose exploitative housing conditions are enriching a member of its leadership team? We urge students, faculty, and staff at U Ottawa to join with us in calling for WUSC to honor its stated principles and cut ties with the mass eviction of tenants in Ottawa. U Ottawa students are among those who have disproportionately faced eviction and exploitation at the hands of SLP. As long as WUSC's senior leadership team remains linked to the systematic displacement of low-income tenants for a profit, we will continue to call out the conflict of interest. The bank block tenants.
In our hearts there's only love. It's all we're really dreaming of.
If you want to know more, go to www.bankblocktenants.ca or find them on Instagram at bankblocktenants. You can also find the Ottawa Neighborhood Organizing Center at Ottawa Knock on Instagram. Their accounts and websites will also be in the description of this episode. In my own words, I want to amplify just how important community organizing is and how essential it is in creating tangible change in the community. With the hearing coming in the next couple days, BBT and Ottawa Knock wants you to know that the fight does not end with an eviction notice. Talk to neighbors, talk to friends, and please get involved. Now we'll hear from Aidan Stringer. In this soundscape composition, Aidan does an exercise in gratitude. In exploring all he has lost from his multiple concussions, he also learns what he still has. Here is I Used to Wish.
I recorded this soundscape composition in relation to my concussions and how my multiple concussions have affected my life and the mindset I used to have about my concussions and how I used to be very negative towards it and kind of focus on the bad things and the bad aspects that come out of it. But now how my mindset has sort of shifted and how I'm just focusing on what I'm grateful on and how blessed I am to live the life I live and how the simple things are so important, like certain sounds that were in the soundscape. I wish I could be healthy again. I wish I could cut the lawn and not worry about my head hurting from the sounds being too loud, or the buzz being too much for me to handle. I wish I could be healthy again. I wish I could work construction, detail cars, start thinking, what is that sound and why am I so dizzy? I wish I could be bending over and not always feeling lightheaded. I wish I could be healthy again. Certain sounds, certain movements take a lot out of me. I wish I could be healthy again. I wish I could stare at a screen for a long time. Play video games with my friends. I wish I could be healthy again. Certain things I can't do, certain sounds I can't hear. I miss it. I wish I could lift weights. Heavy weights, to be exact. I used to love it. It used to be a huge part of my life. I wish I could be healthy again. I wish I could run on a treadmill, fast, and hard. And I wish I could really push myself without feeling like I'm gonna pass out or fall over. Man, I wish I could be healthy again. I wish I could walk upstairs, not have to hold on to the railing, because I'm worried about I'm going to lose my balance. I wish I could be healthy again. But you know what? I get to enjoy the calmness of the waves splashing. I get to feel the wind blowing on my face. Wow, I'm thankful for it. I get to wake up every day. I get to walk with my 2 feet. I get to see the seasons change and the leaves falling and hear the sounds of them crunching under my feet. Wow, I'm thankful for this. I get to go for a nighttime walk. I get to take a calm and clean shower with running water. I get to clean myself. I get to have a roof over my head. Wow, I'm so thankful for this. I get to enjoy calmness. I get to listen to music. I get to play music. I get to be so lucky to live this life that I live. Wow. I am so thankful for all of this.
Thank you, Aidan. I really love the use of simplistic everyday sounds in this piece. Lastly, we have Roger Chan with an audio documentary exploring Brewer Park. He talks student life in Ottawa and the significance of the not-so-green space in the park. Here is Brewer Parking Lot.
Hi, my name is Roger Chan. In this audio documentary, we'll explore the story of Brewer Park and what it means to me and fellow students, and also how it's become a small but telling symbol of student resilience. We will also explore how this reveals the bigger picture of students' financial challenges today. I hope you enjoy. Brewer Park. It is located right across Bronson Avenue from Carleton University. There's quite a lot here. You have a playground, baseball diamonds, an arena, and in the winter you even get a couple of outdoor rinks. But my favorite part, and that of many other students, is the parking lot. Now, out of all those things, you might be wondering what makes the parking lot the most notable place for many students. Well, it's because you can park there for free.
My name is Patrick Wu. I am a fourth-year computer science student at Carleton University.
My name is Ari Rubin. I'm a fourth-year computer science student at Carleton University.
So I spoke with 2 students, Patrick and Ari, about their experiences at Brewer Park.
I started parking at Brewer Park on the recommendation of a former roommate. He told me that there was 2 hours max and I could leave my car there, and it's generally been very positive, except for some incidents.
While yes, it is free, there are rules, however. You do run the risk of getting slapped with a parking ticket, but once you learn the habits of the parking police, you can get away with it if you don't mind checking up on your car every once in a while. While yes, I guess you're not really supposed to do that, and for legal purposes, I do not condone such acts. However, many choose to risk it for the sake of saving a lot of money. You see, a parking pass at Carleton will run you just under $500 a year, or just under $250 per semester. Now that's a lot of money, especially for students. Do you think $500 would be a reasonable price for parking per year?
I don't think $500. I think it should be by the semester, and no more than maybe $100 for the semester. Sometimes you don't need it for the whole year.
Well, I'd say anywhere between like $5 and $8 a day would probably be good. A bit cheaper if obviously I'm committing to like a long-term sort of deal, like for a semester or for a year.
And if you had the option of just not paying for parking, would you take it?
Oh, of course. Who wouldn't?
But you see, that's only the tip of the iceberg. The part that really sinks the ship is the availability of them. Parking permits go on sale April 30th for the school year that starts in September. And if you don't get one as soon as possible, well, you'll be part of a waitlist several hundred students long. And your only other option for parking on campus? $4.50 an hour pay parking, which easily adds up to more than the cost of a permit. So some do it by necessity, and others do it to save a buck or two, or 500. How long does it take you to get to school with transit versus with a car?
I'd say about 45 minutes without a car. I have to walk to the bus station, take the bus. My bus might be late. With a car, it's about 10 minutes.
Well, yes, having a car might be considered a luxury for some, but your only other option, OC Transpo, well, what can we really say about that? And how would you describe Ottawa's transit?
Ottawa's transit is, to put it lightly, not the best system in the world. Definitely doesn't compare to Japan's. Besides the fact that the buses are just generally, not very reliable, you also have to deal with the fact that, sometimes the buses come really, really late. Like, they come... I've had to wait probably close to an hour at the worst. And especially when I had a co-op job, this was very inconvenient because I need to get on work on time.
But this is more than just trying to find a place to park your car. It reflects a broader issue. The issue of students having a hard time affording to live. Everything is costing more. Rent, tuition, groceries, you name it.
I think my education is worth the price of tuition, just like everything else kind of balloons it up. Like, my living expenses and rent and all that combines to probably at least 2 times my tuition, on top of not including tuition. So just the tuition is worth the degree, obviously, but like with everything else, I'm really not sure. Well, I've obviously have to pay rent every month, and that's about $1,000. Got to pay for groceries and stuff, maybe $300 a month. I've got to maybe some money to myself. I'll spend like $150 a month or something like that.
The education I'm getting is very good, but I would say the tuition about covers what I think the education is worth. And I think that on top of that, rent and other living expenses and the parking, that could put very much into jeopardy whether this degree is worth it financially.
Yeah, it's a lot of money, especially for students.
For students,
yeah.
I don't have a job.
Yeah, if you're not working. And for those not fortunate enough to have much financial support from their families, well, good luck.
Okay, so you mentioned you know someone who has no choice but to drive an hour and a half. Can you tell that story?
Yeah, a girl we know called Kensley, same year as us. She has to drive like an hour and a half from here to there. Where does she live again?
Middleville, Ontario. It's about 30 minutes from Perth.
Why can't you just get a place here?
Well, last I heard, she couldn't afford it.
She has credit card debt. She's not from a very well-off family. She doesn't have a choice. Her family's from Middleville, so she lives at home.
Yeah.
She attempted to live in Ottawa for about a semester, but couldn't afford it. She doesn't come to school. She only comes to school about once a week.
That just goes to show some of the many challenges students nowadays have to deal with. Brewer Park may be just a space for some, but for others it offers a solution. Even with all that, you can always count on us students to rely on our ingenuity or some loopholes to get by. Or else, we'll just find somewhere else to park.
Thank you so much, Roger. It was very informative and really fun to listen to. Once again, thank you, Niki, Aidan, and Roger. And before I sign off, a couple of quick notes. A reminder that what we've listened to here on this show is only a fraction of the work produced in association with this project. If you're interested in checking out more, have a look at theplaceofsound.ca, where you're not only able to hear this audio work, but also see some of the original photos and writing that students produced to go along with the audio. There's also a featured work section on the site's blog where you can access some notable individual projects. And in the classes section, you can have a look at the portfolio website designed by students themselves, which host every project produced in this course. And lastly, under the Listen link, you're able to access the show's archive and listen back to any episode of the show you'd like to hear. But in the meantime, keep your ear out for upcoming episodes of the show, which air on CKCU Radio every other Monday at 6:30 p.m. and are available wherever you get your podcasts. We'll see you next time. Thank you for tuning into The Place of Sound, and happy listening.